my cancers. Oh my goodness. Good morning to you. It's an absolute honor to be here with you. And welcome to your reading. I've missed you guys so much. Um, now, it was so nice out today, and I decided to do your reading outside after I kind of, watered my plants here, and you can even see the tomato bush kind of coming up here and the string beans over there. Things are growing here, I'll tell you that. Um, Now let's get started with your reading. Now this is going to be a general reading for the sign of Cancer. So, it may or may not resonate with your situation. And please feel free to flip-flop the energies. With any general reading, there's no way it's going to resonate with every Cancer out there. But for something tailored to your specific situation, just know that you will need a private reading. Now, I do offer private readings. I offer live one-on-one readings through Zoom, which most of you seem to prefer, as do I. And I also offer pre-recorded readings, okay, where I send you a private YouTube video link that you can watch basically until the end of time, okay? So let's get started here, Cancer. So first half is going to be about you, second half your soulmate, all right? And again, feel free to flip-flop the energies. So we're starting off with your card here. For me, this would be very much Cancer energy. The Queen of Cups. And the King of Wands. Okay, there seems, wow. All right, for you, Cancer, I'm feeling an energy like, I feel like I know what I want. Like you're getting to a place in your life, or maybe you're just, for some of you who are just coming out of something, be it a relationship or like maybe a frame of mind, like maybe you've been a little down in the dumps. Things haven't been working out for you maybe the way that you thought it would or the way you wanted it to. There seems to be this energy of I'm making the best of my life right now rather than like what I expected it to be. You're coming out as like learning some really tough lessons, I feel, but lessons that really lead to you being more emotionally and like spiritually mature, if that makes sense. It's kind of this energy of like I'm dealing, but I'm not dealing with it in like bitter terms. It's kind of like, oh, well, F this, F that. I feel like you're starting to make the best of your situation, whatever situation that you're in. And you're starting to approach life or your life with love. It's kind of like this energy of, oh, how do I say it, what I feel? It's almost like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make my dreams happen. I'm ready to, that's what I mean when I say I'm ready to go. Now, this King of Wands coming out here, this actually feels like a relationship with somebody. It feels like almost you may be at odds with someone. This King of Wands really feels, I'm feeling like a battle of wills between two people. Now, if it does feel like a relationship for the bulk of you, the rest of you, it could be like a family member, maybe a mother, a father, mother-in-law, father-in-law. It could be, it's somebody who you're maybe a little bit at odds with right now, and it feels like in a relationship setting, it feels like you know what you want, but somebody else is kind of coming out as like hesitant to give it to you, or maybe they are not on the same page as you. You're coming out like, it feels like a battle of wills is what's going on here, and you're coming out as kind of like, I know what I want, but the other person is coming out as they know what they want. I feel an energy though, like you are coming out like you think you have the upper hand, or you do have the upper hand in this. It feels like whoever this King of Wands is, it's feeling like somebody is, they're having a hard time agreeing with you. There may be like disagreements right now in your like relationship. Because I'm feeling like you feel that you're right, okay, Cancer, and they feel like they're right as well, but there's something about this king that's, I feel like it's slipping. The queen is coming out as like she more knows. So whether you're the guy or a girl, it doesn't matter here. We deal with energies. The fact that it's a king and a queen is it's making me, it's two very strong-willed people, okay? I'm feeling like a clash of these energies, and when water and fire come together, we make steam. See, Two of Swords in between. I'm picking up the energy. I threw one for the energy in between you two. There is an energy of a stalemate here. Neither person seems to want to compromise here, Cancer. Magician coming out on your end. Ooh, the King and the Queen of Cups. So this definitely feels, wow, there's a lot of heavy energy here. This person feels like they love you. But there's a very strong energy, and I feel like you feel, Cancer, that this king, whoever's coming out on this side, is being very selfish towards your emotional needs, towards your needs as an individual. There is an energy, though, of kind of, I do want to say stubbornness on both ends. In other words, you feel you're right, and your person, whoever this person is, feels like they are right. And there's almost an energy like on your end of saying like, okay, well, go F yourself. But in a way, they're kind of coming out, and it's maybe not that it's more just like, well, I'm right, but I'm right too. So that leads to a clash, and it's kind of like a stalemate. Very powerful energies coming out here for you. So there's definitely, it feels like kind of a war of, it's either a war, it more feels like ways of life, or like your way of life or your way of dealing with things does not agree with the way I live or how I process things, does not go with the way you process things. I'm also feeling like that king is kind of coming out as, I feel like it's someone who's deeply afraid to kind of make a heart overhead decision. Regardless, though, you're both coming, there's a situation here, Cancer. So maybe if this hasn't happened yet, it will. There's an energy of like a clash of beliefs, a clash of, but it really feels like the way I live, the way I deal with things, how I live my life type of energy. Let's see here what's going on with, okay. Nine of Swords. So Cancer, your person is coming out as like very, you could be dealing with someone who is very insecure. Nine of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Okay, this is someone I feel who has some emotional issues. There's an energy of, I'm hearing like my father. There's something about a father who never treated me right, like who maybe doesn't show appreciation. And there's also like an energy of a mother. It's coming out like the way their parents raised this person. They seem to have a hard time opening up about things that bother them. They're coming off like maybe they have anxiety. Maybe there's anxiety between the both of you. Maybe the relationship brings them anxiety, you anxiety. What I'm feeling is there is an energy with this person of like afraid to share their most vulnerable traits, or like what makes them nervous, what makes them upset with you. Look at that, there's an energy really of confusion with this Six of Pentacles. It's making me feel like they're very set in their ways, and there's this energy of someone your person seems to be trying to figure out, answering these questions. Who am I in life? Like, what do I actually want? There seems to be like an emotional crisis, an identity crisis going on with them. I feel like this person too they've been this way for quite some time, and it feels like they've had an opportunity to kind of come out of it, but they seem to be like very afraid to face their own dark side and kind of step into the shadow, if you know what I mean, and like do the shadow work. It's almost like they're afraid of their own image, afraid of their own reflection. I also feel energy of somebody who doesn't express their emotions well, and they're coming out as like afraid to offend, afraid to disappoint. Like they're coming out as like a people pleaser a little bit. Which could be setting you off, because there's like an energy of, I'm afraid to upset my Cancer, but then what they do is it does upset you. You could be dealing with an air sign. This Justice card. See, there's an energy. I also feel like this person struggles to kind of keep it together. They have a lot of issues from their past, and it's feeling like with their parents. There's also an energy of for some of you, like an old relationship that they dealt with. They seem to be very confused in like how to have like interpersonal relationships with others. They're coming out like, I feel like this is someone who like they may surround themselves, like they try like with like positive quotes or like affirmations, but there is an energy of maybe saying it, and doing it to make them feel better, but are they actually living it, making it happen? I feel like sometimes they get so overwhelmed, they just kind of want to be alone. This person has a lot of hidden things that I feel like they did not or do not tell you. They're coming out as like afraid to be hurt, afraid of people knowing their like vulnerabilities, their past. King of Cups. Seven of Pentacles with the Seven. You see, there's an energy of like someone who is existing, okay? This person feels like rather than them living, they are kind of existing in this world. There's a difference, like between living, okay? Like truly enjoying life as opposed to just kind of getting by and like existing. It feels like this person is in like constant worry about, oh God, like it could be money. They could have money. They could be stable, but it's like, what am I working for? Who am I? This feels like an identity crisis. What it feels like too is what this person is looking for is this king. This King of Cups feels like very satisfied with his or her life. And that's what they're kind of fighting for. They want to feel this sense of enjoyment, of love, like with you and with others, but it feels like they won't be able to give that to you unless they find something within themselves. That's the thing. It feels like they're still trying to find themselves in this world, make peace like with their maker, with their past, with a lot of things. And that's something that you just need to do. You know, you need help. If they need help, they need to get help. Other times it can be just like talking about it, talking to a friend. And this is something that it seems like they may suffer from anxiety. And, you know, that is something that you really need to work on as an individual. You have to kind of like get out of the future, get out of the past. See, this person is at war, at odds with themselves, and it's feeling like this is what, if there are issues in this relationship, this is part of what is causing it. This 5 and 1, there's a lot of drama in themselves, in their life, a lot of unresolved issues. And what they're looking for is balance, but they seem to be kind of, it's either like, it could be in mourning as well, like they're mourning something. It just feels like a very troubled energy, Cancer. And there's only so much that you can do for somebody like this. You know, if they have anxiety, if they, you know, anything like that, it really requires work. You know, but if it's not faced, it's just going to continue. And they're going to be like victim for the rest of their life. You know, as I like to say, you know, you're only a victim of these kinds of things when you don't face them. Because see, this Queen of Pentacles is coming out now. This feels like they're trying to balance themselves out to be able to kind of give stability, but that's the problem. Rather than like making it a way of, it feels like it's a struggle for them. They're looking for this. They want to feel this way, you know, but wanting something, you know, saying it and is not the same as doing it. It's kind of like you need to either make the change or you don't. Four of Pentacles. I feel too like their career may be a little iffy right now, and I feel like it's due to their emotional state. Wow, there's the King of Pentacles. See, they have a lot of dreams, I'm feeling like a lot of dreams and a lot of aspirations. A lot of, like, intentions. Like, it feels like their intentions are good. But it feels like they're trying to figure out who they are, trying to make a name for themselves. And with this King and Queen of the same, it came out before, too, the King and the Queen of Cups. This is definitely, it feels like they're trying to balance their masculine and feminine within them. It feels like where the lacking it's this King. This is what's more struggling to come out. This is the energy that's needed for them. It's an energy of like, you just have to do it. The intent would be the Queen, the feeling, the intent. This is the actual doing it for me, would be a King. This doesn't feel like a bad energy. It just feels like someone who's struggling to get it together. But what's going to be needed for it's an action. And I feel like it's on themselves because the Star is here. This is an energy. See, the way the Star is holding that Two of Cups. It's very much reminding me of like the King on one side, okay? And the Queen on the other. This would symbolize the masculine and the feminine energies. Let me put it in the camera so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. This is someone who, this would be like someone who's very in control of themselves and in balance emotionally over here and like logically over here. And I feel like this is something that you can only help so much with, Cancer. Let me see, how do they feel about you, Cancer? Actually, no, first what they're saying is, no, don't do that yet. They're saying like, How should you best handle this situation? What should you be focused on in your life right now? How should Cancer, please, dear angels, dear God. Okay, the Eight of Swords. There's an energy of, if you're very focused, like on this individual, like on their issues or on their, like, why aren't they? Why are they? Why aren't they? There's an energy, I think, to let them go through their battle on their own. It's an energy of you can only focus so much on others' issues. Like, there are some things that we all need to do on our own, and this feels like one of them. There are things that you need to do on your own as well, just like they need to do on their own. Like finding their own sense of, or like finding our own sense of, like, emotional stability, financial stability. That's something others can help us, but only if we want the help, right? And it's kind of for them too. If they want your help, they will listen to your advice, and if not, you need to let it go. Let them go through it. I feel like it's kind of like focus your attention elsewhere. Leave them alone, in a way. See, look at the drama. You see, this is that person's drama. It's either an energy of you're going to accept them for having this, or you must let it go. Because what it's feeling like is their internal struggles are their own problem. I'm hearing that very strongly. It's more like focus on your own growth, what you can control. Getting too involved, even in, like, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. There are some things that you need to, like, let go with them. See, there's an energy. I feel like you love them very much, and you know you can help them. There's also an energy of, like, you being neglected a little bit too, or so you feel that way. You see, there's an energy of, I feel, live by example with this Three of Cups. Rather than feeling down, depressed, get this under control and kind of make your own happiness, is what I want to say here. The more you focus on others' drama, like, too much, it's almost like an energy of emotional boundaries. You need to know what is your problem and what is not. I'm feeling like, see, it's only going to bring you worry, heartache. And kind of cause a lot of drama. Like, they're coming out as very emotionally unstable, and there is an energy of, I think you need to pull back from, like, trying to help them, give them advice. You can only say so much. I almost want to say, like, if you love this person, the best thing you can do for them is let them go through what they're going through on their own. And I'll focus your energy so much on them and, like, what they're doing for you, what they're not doing for you, trying to control the situation. Let them go through it, because you're going to drive the energy is going to kind of go onto you, and you're going to feel like nuts, especially as an empath. That's what I feel. It's almost like, instead of putting your energy in, like, trying to change this person, don't. Change or help them. It's an energy of, like, no. see anything else for Cancer, and then I want to look into how they feel for you. Two of Wands. See, so it's an energy of like, this is your choice. Ultimately, everything is your choice to kind of stay or go. There's an energy of like, see, this Queen of Wands, I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords too. There's an energy of like, you will be, you're in charge of like what you give your attention to and what you don't. What you focus on and what you don't focus on. There's the Queen of Wands, damn. And I'm funny how I said the Queen of Wands and here she is. See, you two, I feel, the way these queens are, they're coming out as not looking at each other. They fell out this way. There is an energy of like, you look at the world one way, they look at the world another. So it's kind of an energy of you're either going to need to live with it or it's not going to work. This King of Cups keeps coming out. Let me clarify this. Ooh, the Judgment card. You see, there's an energy of like almost an ultimatum coming out here, or a kind of like, if you don't, like, you need to get it together. What do you want? You know, and it feels like that's what's going to be needed here. Because this coming out with this would be kind of like the major arcana version of this for me. This Judgment card. I can tell you this, the more you focus on trying to help this person, fix them, you know, we shouldn't be in the business of fixing people unless they want to be helped or help, you know, it's an energy of like, I feel like mind your business is what I want to say, Cancer. The more you focus on it, I feel the more it's going to just kind of cause you pain. Let them figure it out on their own. So keeping that in mind, let me see now how they feel about you. Okay, the Sun. Wow. A lot of love here. The Eight of Cups. See, there's an energy, it feels like there may have been a separation, you know, or there is an energy of, I feel they love you. There is this energy of the more you nag them, they're going to want you to go away. This is how they're coming out. They're coming out as someone who, this feels like someone, the way they deal with stuff is like, let's say they even know you're right about things, which you probably are, right? But the more you try to force that on somebody, you can, if they're not ready to hear the message, you will push them away. You know, that's definitely happened to me. And it's feeling like this is one of those situations where if you do say, there's an energy of them like kind of like, get away from me. But yet, a lot of love with that Sun. See, now there's the Five of Cups. See, there's an energy, oh my goodness. See, they're the type that deals with their heartbreak, deals with their problems like alone. I feel like they like shut themselves out. It's not healthy though. This is not healthy. King of Wands. And then they sit and kind of brood about it. Like, oh, maybe she was right or maybe he was right. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stubborn energy here. I'm even feeling like maybe, you know, like you may have went off on them, you know, and they're coming out as like very hurt. by what you said. You know, but sometimes that stuff happens, you know, when people don't listen. Sometimes you got to say it in a way. See, they're coming out as, the Four of Swords, healing from a lot of heartbreak. I feel like the Strength card, there's an energy of them kind of coming back and like saying, okay, you know, all right, maybe you were right about certain things. Okay, but what I'm feeling is like there are boundaries that this person like wants to have with you. I'm hearing this very specifically, and like I'm hearing this in my head. Maybe this is something that they'll say to you, like you don't run my life in that type of way. Because they're coming out as like very defensive towards you for some reason. This is what I feel drives you, is it's like energy, like they don't communicate well. But there's almost an energy of like, the way they're coming out at least is, I shouldn't have to say that. Ooh, very like rough energy here with this person. Oof. See, look, all the cards just blew. Oh my goodness. And I think that kind of signals the end of the reading. So let me just get a kind of final, it feels like they just stopped that. So let me get your final oracle card just to kind of close off here. Wants to come out. So keep this in mind now. Emotions, Cancer. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, so very strong message for somebody out there. In other words, like your emotions can sometimes deceive you. Let go of resentment, especially anything from your own past. Look at this, romantic feelings and let go of control issues together. So there is an energy here of, I feel, if you let go of trying to control how the situation plays out, like feelings wise, maybe like if you want them to talk about this and that, it feels like with this person, the less you say is better actually. And it will maybe lead, you know, to them communicating more with you. Like if you don't push them to talk about it. It's almost like I'm getting an image in my head of like, let's say you like adopt a dog, right, who's been abused, and the first thing you're going to want to do is of course like hug it, right, and squeeze it. If you try to do that, it's going to run away from you. It's not going to want, even though you know you want to do this and that, it's going to run away. There's an energy of like little by little is what I feel, even now and going forward. Okay, so let go of control issues, especially with your emotions. All right, so I hope this reading resonated with you, Cancer. Again, if you'd like a private reading, you can email me down below. That information's in the description box. And have a beautiful week. Bye now.